If you're looking for an alternative to an ice cream sandwich for dinner tonight, then this is the recipe for you. We've taken away the ice cream and the sandwich and replaced it for chorizo, potatoes, broad beans in a delicious tomato sauce. And it is so quick, you will not believe it.
Now this dish is really easy to throw together, so easy, you're going to do it all. It's kind of a Patatas Bravas style dish, but inspired with extra chorizo and a kind of red onion sauce, and it all happens in less than 20 minutes. So, first things first, put your hot water into your pan, and then add in a generous pinch of salt. And then what we're going to do is take these wonderful new potatoes, and we probably want to halve them. When you season water, we're looking for about 10% of the water. So like a teaspoon for about a litre.
All right. So over a pinch.
It's the potatoes that take the longest to cook, so obviously that's why they're going in first. And then we can just leave that for a good 15 minutes or so to bubble away. In the meantime, we'll make ourselves a tomato sauce. So 1 red onion, top, tail, and dice it. And as soon as you've done that, do the same with a clove of garlic. And then to start the sauce, a shot of oil. And it's all going to go in. Now the key here is we're going to sweat off the onion and garlic. The pan's slightly preheated, but the key is the lid goes on because that will help to keep the steam in as well. So chorizo sausage.
This is the best bit.
Or chorizo. This isn't traditional in Patatas Bravas, but this is a great addition to the dish. So take a couple of those, 3, and just slice them into bite-sized pieces.
So how do I know when these onions have sweated off properly?
Well, they soften right down. You can see they begin to change colour, but what last thing you want is for that onion and garlic to burn. That's why the steam's trapped in. But you'll smell it. It's sweeter and they go slightly translucent. Now's a good time to turn the heat up and splash in all of the red wine. So a glass of red wine. What we're going to do is reduce that down by about half, pinch of black pepper, a pinch of salt, but remember later on we're serving this with the chorizo, which is quite a salty cured meat. And then that's basically your tomato sauce done. So a couple more minutes, tomatoes in, job done. While you're waiting on some things, you can always move on to others. So these are broad beans. Now this, I think, is beautiful in this dish. However, they all need to be popped. So understandably, if you're not wanting to do that midweek, which is just to pop them out like that,
then I've got an alternative right here.
Frozen peas.
Petit Pois.
Not necessarily as traditional, but a much, much easier cheat. And they come straight out the freezer either way. Just run them on a bit of warm water. And once these are softened, I would spend 10 minutes while we're waiting for this, just popping these. Conversation carry on. You can carry on drinking your glass of wine, watching the TV, whatever.
You have to pour yourself another glass of wine.
But it's really easy to do. As soon as you're happy your potatoes are done, give them a test. So just grab a small knife, stab one, and basically it should just, with a bit of a wobble, fall back off. If it's still uncooked, the starch will cling to the knife and be a bit tough. So just drain them off into the sink behind you. In the meantime, we've got one other pan, which we're just beginning to heat up. And the potatoes can go in there with just a shot of oil.
And just bang these straight on.
Bang those straight on. And what we're going to do now is saute them alongside all of your chorizo. So the juices and the flavours come out of the chorizo, you're frying the chorizo, you're giving the potatoes some colour, and just every so often give them a bit of a shape. The tomato sauce, you can see that's reduced right down now. It's absolutely delicious. One final thing, if you're making a classic tomato sauce, you add what's called a gastrique, which is kind of like a bit of vinegar at the end. So, balsamic vinegar in, give it a stir, and that just gives it a tang. So you've got rich red wine, sweet onion, tomato, and a tang from the vinegar. And the last thing you can do while you're doing that is chop up some fresh parsley. When you're happy you've got enough colour on those potatoes, then you can add in your peas or broad beans.
Go for your broad beans because you've de-shelled them.
So the broad beans are going in, now your herbs can go in. Give it a whole toss up together, and that looks pretty good to me. So transfer the whole thing into your serving dish. Beautiful. So there we go, pretty simple to throw together, damn quick. It's our take on sort of a Patatas Bravas, Spanish inspired with chorizo.
Sorted. Forks up.
Forks up, cheers.
I love that. Flavour of the chorizo oil goes into everything. They've got the tangy tomatoes, and those potatoes are beautifully soft and stuff. Well, that took me 20 minutes to do, but I'd like to know, if you had 20 minutes spare in the kitchen, what would you cook up? Let me know.
Comment down below.
Comment down below.